think this opportunity that we're faced with in the journey of aloha is to understand that those lessons will help structure our journey so that we are successful.
Our entire One World Ohana connected heart to heart through pure aloha.
Aloha mai. Aloha aku. Aloha mai. Aloha aku. Aloha mai.
Hearing more about what everyone has to offer and learning from each other.
Aloha aku, aloha mai, the two faces of aloha. To give and to receive. It goes out and it comes back.
If you are interested in learning more about aloha, learning more about how you can connect with other people, I think this would be a good opportunity because different people of different ages come with thoughts that promote what you are doing. So I think you should join us because it'll be an experience that you'll never forget.
Aloha is about leaving people full. It's about leaving a place better than when we found it.
Knowing how to be in community, how to feed people, how to come together.
We're going through the greatest transformation since Copernicus discovered that the sun does not revolve around the earth. We know from physics that we are all connected energetically. That's who we are. We're connected just like all our atoms and molecules and all the energy are connected.
Ourselves as part of this universal field of energy. In that sense, there's no me, there's no you, we are one. So if I find myself hurt by a certain individual and I'm finding myself to be a victim and I'm even tempted to send negative thoughts towards that person or less than kind words, in essence, I'm doing all of that to myself. Well, should I be doing that? Will that serve me? We also entertain the question and the idea that, as you, several of you stated so eloquently, the time has always been now. It has always been now, it is now, right now, and it will always be now. So let's let go of the past and regrets, because it's just that. Worries about the future, things that generally most of them don't happen anyway, and live in the here and now. And I think at the end of the day, our actions will be so loud that people could not hear what we're saying.
Well, we just talked, and I think what I got from our group is basically that we haven't seen the island yet. But we're looking at the foundation, we're looking at ourselves, we're saying that, you know, what Poka said about the deep foundations, that's where we want to be. One of our group is an expert in hunger around the world and discovered that in places where people care about each other, there's no hunger. Doesn't matter about the geography or how much you can grow. We're places where people care about each other. There's no hunger. We talked about growing our own food as our own part of our own mission. And I think what I really feel about our group is that we're really happy that we're here, and maybe by the time we get to Monday night, we will have a better idea of what the island looks like.
Hi, our group began a discussion, began with what is America? And as we discussed it more, we decided I think we're paddling towards, in a canoe, towards he said towards an island, but really it isn't. Maybe it's one island, and there's just no borders. The borders have to stop. And if we've got world challenges, this Campbell view of seeing the whole world as one country might be the new way of seeing. So that's what we're paddling towards.
Here he was saying he had something great to say, like he whispered in my ear. I was like, yeah, right on, spot on. He's like, no, you say. All right, so with our group, we started talking about we can't start this voyage until we know who we are and our identity. So we talked a lot about who we are and what brought us to this journey and what hurdles and obstacles we've overcome along the way. And we started talking about education and kind of where we've gone and where we've come from. So yeah, identity was one of the big things.
Can I? Oh, sorry.
Well, we had a great time speaking about actually some different ways of how we get there. So this will be interesting. We started off talking about, Tamar was talking about creating eating gardens in for children.
Eating your young.
Eating gardens in schools for children. I need to go back and get my grammar straight. Okay, so, which is a great thing. This started one garden in Berkeley and now with many, many eating gardens in schools for children in California. And then teaching this wisdom in the science classes and psychology, many classes in schools, start teaching this new paradigm of knowledge. Also, finding the indigenous people and wisdom in your area, in your bioregion. So, because the Creator made different indigenous peoples to show us how to survive and live in the different bioregions of the planet. So find that indigenous wisdom and bring that together. And then we had the talk of going other places to save other people and finding we oftentimes learn more from them than from us. And the last two, plant a tree, which they did on Earth Day, but then as you share the fruit of the tree, share in taking care of the tree itself. And lastly, build the field of ethics, and the economy will become ethical.
Great.
Aloha, my name's Kalania Sam, Kanaka Maoli. My concern is for people, as long as you think American, you have been already tarnished by not understanding the full significance of being Hawaiian and being here in my home. My home. Now show proper respect for that. No matter where you go in the world, the indigenous peoples are truly entitled to their homes back. No negotiation between the pariahs and the aliens that have arrived on our shore. Do not come here thinking, typical America? No, Hawaii is extraordinarily unique not to require America attached to it. We are Hawaii. You know, the thing that's interesting is that missionaries came over and thought they were making us better according to their eyes. We went with their flow, whether that was their canoe. No. Then we reached a level of such integrity, the Hawaiian nation, sovereign Hawaiian nation, with Queen Liliuokalani having such integrity and being so Kanaka Maoli and not wanting to hurt her own people, to refute, trying to fight the powers that be that were larger than ourselves. We're an island. we were that much more honorable than any missionary that has ever arrived in our soil. The thing that's interesting is that our little nation is really a really big nation. We're truly accepted on the same level as the white man's club. The first non-white nation in the world to be accepted on the same level as the so-called big boys. Are these big boys truly that big? No, they're not. If they're pushing their weight around, trying to control little old Hawaii, we're more than that. And again, that's what, even what happened 9/11 in New York, how it affected my Hawaii, it tarnished it. For myself, even the simple, not simpleness, but the power to be me as a Kanaka Maoli in my own home, not being allowed to properly pay proper respect to my guests arriving on our shores here, to be refused from taking a fresh flower lei that I made to the airport, directly to the door to receive my guests properly. Excuse me, that's so Hawaiian. That's simple, but it's so major. What an effect it can have as to why people return to our islands. They're knowing how to be properly respected by a Kanaka Maoli, or people that are connecting to why they've spent all this money to come in this direction, or saved up all their lives. Hopefully it's not just for Pearl Harbor, excuse me. Hawaii is beyond that. And anyone that thinks it's all that, again, there's a reason why you've got the continental USA, you've got Hawaii. That ocean is there for a reason. You're either for us, we have no room for mistakes to be made, or people to continue to test how they wish to integrate us. We were always on the right page to begin with. All indigenous peoples of the world are truly the most progressive people in the world. We are connected one with Mother Nature. We are not out there to rape Mother Nature or rape their mothers like the APEC nations are. We are knowing that we are the answer. So all indigenous peoples of the world, we've always been the most progressive. The rest of the world that thinks otherwise have contaminated us and caused us to be regressive. No, I'm too akamai for that. I am Kanaka Maoli. And by the way, you know, like, another fear I had was when I was living on the mainland, those people on continents cannot possibly comprehend what it's like to be from an island nation. Island nations are truly intimate. And you have the blessings of being that connected where you can kuka, come together and have discussions. And the thing that always feared me when I was in the mainland was that I've never felt safe on the continental USA. Never felt safe. And the reason, you live in California, guess what? You watch the news, how nasty things can be. Can you imagine being able to kill somebody along the way to Vegas to go gamble? That expansive desert, you can get rid of people? That's what a continent does to you. It allows you to be so disconnected. So how can a continent possibly comprehend what it's like to be from an island nation? I mean, no connection there. So it's either oil or vinegar, you know, and I just love being of Hawaii. I am Kanaka Maoli. Mahalo.
We've got
Wow.
two over here.
Don't you love the passion? We had a lot of passion in our group too. So we started off talking as this gentleman has about being an island. And I am so fortunate because I and Jesus and some other people just returned from 10 days in Cuba, an island. We went there because we heard that they had discovered their passion, living on an island, about how they were going to survive peak oil because they didn't have any way to eat after the Russian oil left. And we got to go there and we got to discover a passion about these people. They are now 70% organic farming. It is a great story. And the reason we related to that, we were looking at, well, how did Cuba do this? Because we looked at Haiti and all the things that have happened to Haiti, and they are the victim. And Cuba is the hero. They do not feel like victims in Cuba. We did not feel that. We felt that they really are proud of who they are and have a great story for Hawaii. And I want to say just one other thing about this film that a lot of you have seen about the power of community in Cuba. And I hope if you haven't seen it, you will. My husband, who's at the university, saw the film, and this was his comment. We could never do what Cuba's done because it takes a dictator. It takes somebody at the top telling you you're going to do it this way, and that's why Cuba succeeded. And I thought about that. And last year, many of us, and many of you, saw a film called Ingredients. How many of you saw the film Ingredients? Well, you will see it and you will hear about it. It was shown at Chaminade and it had 750 people there. And Ingredients is made, it's Ingredients Hawaii. It's about how young people on this island have become passionate about growing food. Because when always before, the only thing I saw young people become passionate about was playing football, playing basketball. They were the heroes. But the person who did this film, and you must see it, he makes the young people of Hawaii heroes for growing food. And I met with him 2 days ago, and this is a plan. We're going to get that film into every school in Hawaii. The University of Hawaii is going to sponsor that, connect with it, and we're going to help them see that it doesn't take a dictator to make people excited about growing their own food, about being this community. We can do it with passion, just as the gentleman before me said. We can be very passionate. And I want you all, if you haven't seen Ingredients Hawaii, find out where it's going to be shown, because you're going to be so proud of seeing that's going to be happening, and I would like for all of you to be a part of it.
We've got a group here in the front. Go ahead.
I just wanted to share real quick the message that I came away with in our group discussion or dialogue was that we, the ones sitting in this room right now, have to be the change that we want to see, just kind of what Elizabeth mentioned and spoke about. So I kind of just wanted, I've learned that change doesn't happen without a call to action. And so I kind of wanted, we're talking about community, and I kind of wanted to be like that call of action, like challenge ourselves, with the people in our group, like let's get each other's phone numbers, get each other's emails, and in the next 30 days, let's tell each other what we're going to do. Who's going to call Waikiki Elementary and talk to them about starting gardens in the playground? So I just wanted to put that out there, and I'm going to make a commitment to my group members, and I'm going to get their information, and I'm going to hope that they make a commitment to me. So it's about the action. We can sit here and talk for days and days and days, but it doesn't matter if we just sit here and talk. So let's tell each other what we're going to do and hold each other accountable. So.
That group right there, Bronze.
Our group talked about a lot of things. Quite a few things I want to share with you is Joseph Campbell's hero's journey is to embark on a journey with a vision, overcoming all obstacles that's in the way, and finally going home. Mark shared something about the feeling of going home that is beyond word can convey. It's the feeling, it's the ho'onoponopono, the feeling. He talked about kapu, talked about menehuni, which I don't know, I'm a Haole, I guess. And if we are not going home with that vision, Hero's journey is our alchemy, is an alchemic journey of putting all these base metals into a gold. The components of those base metals is trusting, forgiveness, working together, and with love, with forgiveness. If we do not do that, like Mike shared, if we were takers, we are takers, and what will happen? Like Icy says about the water is already polluted. It's radioactive, so that some of us might get cancer. And the research I've done with my coworkers is 1 out of 2 people in this century will get cancer because our environment is heavily polluted and we live in the cystic toxic pool. And the Gerson therapy can cure, but how many of us know? And then we talk about law of attractions, why we're coming over here. We're called upon to join this journey, join this canoe, because in the psychic level, we all know we love. We're nothing but love and love and love, like Apoka mentioned about our Hawaiian spirit. And if we can hold on that spirit so dear into our psyche, into our DNA, into our cell, into our blood, then our next generation, the generation after next generation, are going to be saved. And we are going to be a spearfishing. We're going to be the leader in the community and putting on something so fantastic like this. Thank you for sharing.
Aloha. Aloha, my name is Bronson, and I'm sharing on behalf of this wonderful group that we have here. It's very humbling to be here. And I think that, in a nutshell, just to keep it simple, as Ronaldo spoke of, our island is to bring heaven to earth. A vision that I have that guides all that I do, I shared, and I think we got very strong agreement within this hui that they'd like to live on this island, and it is one where our entire one world ohana is connected heart to heart through aloha. So I hope in many ways that this conference, this voyage, is a taste of that of that vision, and we are moving towards that island. Thank you.
Right here.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. I just want to address Uncle because I feel the eha in my heart, in my center, my heart chakra, and I honor that before I speak. Our group, we came together and we have commonalities, so we talk stories and we heard each other's stories. We are all newcomers in this group. But what we recognize as a group is our Hawaii is our home. Our home, where we welcome people, our families, our loved ones, our grandparents are here. Hawaii is our home, and we treat this place like our home. We keep it clean. We love each other. Sometimes we fight. Some people were not welcome when they first came, but they learned how to behave. They learned the values so that their home could be harmonious, could be filled with love, could be peaceful. And we know that when we go to another place that is not our home, it is always different and not the same. But what we have learned by being newcomers is how, and we didn't want to use the word special, but there's no other words to describe this home. It is truly special. And that we can take this light of Hawaii, the kukui, and take it to another place and shine it without attachments to how people react to us when we are loving and kind and peaceful, generous, sincere, and have these relationships of community, but just offer the light to others and hope that they're attracted and then they learn, just like we learned in our group as newcomers to this place. The other thing, they're symbols. In our group, we all have our lei, and each lei was given as a makana, a gift to us. And we know this place is not ours. We don't own it. We were given this gift. And because this gift was given to us, it is our stewardship, our responsibility to share it with others. So that's what we learned in our group.
Wow.